Guys, Chapow here, back with another Destiny video for you guys. Now, in today's video, I am going to be talking about what I said I was going to be talking about in yesterday's video, the 12 games of Christmas Day 2. But, for the reasons I said in that video, I couldn't do it yesterday, but it was actually planned for yesterday, but instead I'm doing it today, because I can do the thing that was stopping me from doing it yesterday, so now I'm doing it today, if you understand what I'm saying. Just go watch yesterday's video, and then you'll understand, you'll be filled in, or you could just wait an extra 5 seconds and I'm going to tell you what the thing is. So in this video, I am going to be breaking down the RNG from last week's Iron Banner. On a quick note, last week's Iron Banner was Rift, and I was like, oh, I'm going to hate this, I don't like Rift, blah 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 herba derba sherba derba derba. But it got me back into Destiny. Now that is mad for me to think. Some of you guys might like Rift, but I never purposely, for enjoyment, went to go and play Rift in the Crucible. I'd go play Clash or Control or Supremacy when that came out. But I never went to go search for Rift. But Iron Banner last week made me start enjoying Rift. It got me back into Destiny full time as well. I'm actually playing it a lot more, and Sparrow Racing League, don't even get me started. It is almost orgasmic. I love Sparrow Racing League. I wish it was permanent. And I know it is in private games, but fuck private games. I ain't got friends. Anyway, let's just get on to the topic of today's video, which is the loot drop ratio, or RNG. So I know that's not what it stands for, but that is basically what I'm talking about. So I started off the week on my Hunter, and I played 9 games on my Hunter, and I got 2 exotics and 4 legendaries. That means 22% of the time I got an exotic, and 44% of the time I got a legendary. Those drop rates I really agree with. For some of you, they might seem a little bit rare, you know, like, oh, you're getting an exotic 1 in 5? What? That's not good. You're getting a legendary 1 in 2 maybe, but definitely 1 in 3. What? That's not good. It should be every game, or guaranteed 1 in 2. And I'll get onto why I disagree with that later. I then went on to my Warlock once I completed all the bounties. By the way, this is only endgame rewards, not bounties or anything. So I played 13 games in total on my Warlock. I did 8, completed the bounties, then I went on to my Titan, but then I played a couple more after. So I played 13 games in total, got 2 exotics again, and I also got 5 legendaries, which means 15% of the time I got an exotic, and 38% of the time I got a legendary. Now, the percentages are a bit different, but this still makes sense. So I played 13 games, and I got 2 exotics, but I played 9 games and also got 2 exotics. So that's 4 more games, but still the same amount. But if you listen to what I said before, I got a 1 in 5 ratio on my exotics. So if I might have played that extra 2 games to make it 15 games, it would have still fit into the 1 in 5 ratio, and it would have been totally fine and corresponded with the results from a Hunter. Now the legendaries, you know, there's going to be fluctuations. It is RNG after all. And we'll get onto an extreme fluctuation after I've finished on my Warlock. On my Titan, whew, it was a bit mental. So, you know, 38% of the time, that's still 1 in 3, almost 1 in 2. So that's still, it's still similar, it's still practically the same ratio. So it didn't really make any difference. The Warlock and the Hunters are quite similar. My Titan though, oh my god, my Titan though. I played 8 games only on my Titan, and in those 8 games I got 4 exotics and 4 legendaries. So I played 8 games, got 8 pieces of endgame loot, equating to 1 at least every game. So if I would have played 1 game, I would have got an exotic for example, and then the next game I would have got a legendary, next game a legendary, next game an exotic, and then so on and so on. It was just a bit mental. 50% of the time I got an exotic, 50% of the time I got a legendary. Those drop rates I don't agree with. Now some of you guys might be like, oh, that's more like it, that's what I want from playing Crucible, bladdy bladdy herba derba sherba derby nerba derba. That's not what I want. I don't want to get an exotic and a legendary which are going to guaranteed up my light level pretty much every single game, and I'll explain. That makes the progression of the game go really, really quick, which for some people might sound fun because you've got fast progression, you see your light level go up really quick, you get a lot of new loot, you get to infuse your nice stuff, and then you just get to be a total badass at max light before everyone else. But I don't like that because it makes the game die out sooner. And I love Destiny, as I said at the start of the video. I started loving and playing Destiny a lot more now. But this loot drop rate would just destroy it. Imagine you playing 2 games and then going up a possible light level, playing 2 more games, going up another light level, 2 more, another, 2 more, another. That would just make it so the game would die out so quick. It's fun in the short term, but it's really bad for the game in the long term because it'd just make it die out, and then we'd expect to get like new content every 3 weeks once we've all reached the max light level at that drop rate. And Bungie, I understand they can't make new content in 3 weeks, because new content that's actually fun takes about 2 months to like think up, and then you need to program it and everything and design it and storyline and everything. Bungie have to work very hard, and we take that for granted sometimes, but this drop rate would fuck it up. The other two still make sense. I know it could be an anomaly, but you've just got to take the anomalies in RNG. In science you wouldn't really, because you're supposed to have like a pattern in science. But anyway, let's go on to the overall analytics. So I played 30 games in total, and in those 30 games I got 13 legendaries and 8 exotics. Now, does this correspond with the actual data that I said with the 1 in 5s and the 1 in 3s, maybe 1 in 2s? Yes, quite closely, but not perfectly. Now, the Titans loot drop ratio definitely messed this up, I'm not denying that. But the 43% legendary, that's perfect. It didn't mess that up, but it messed up the exotics, because I got 4 exotics on my Warlock and Hunter combined, but then I got 4 on my Titan in less games, and it just messed it up a little bit. So instead of it being 22% or 20% like it would be 1 in 5, it was 27. That's 1 in 4. That drop rate actually makes a slight difference. Now, I'm not saying it'd make a massive difference, but 1 in 4 instead of 1 in 5 does make a bit of a difference, because it would make it go that little bit quicker. So overall, it looks like you'd get a legendary 1 in 3, and you'd get an exotic 1 in 5, almost a 1 in 2 for the legendaries, almost a 1 in 4 for the exotics. Anyway guys, if you have enjoyed that video, then please press that like button and that subscribe button. Also go do the same for the rest of the Chapow crew. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3 of the 12 games of Christmas. And good